The topic for the day is relational algebra. So relational algebra is quite similar to what we have done. It gives us a set of commands that are useful in performing different set of operations. So let us begin with what is relational algebra. Relational algebra is a relation at a time language, also known as a procedural language, where all tuples means records, are controlled in one statement without having to use a loop. As I already stated that relational algebra is a procedural query language, so we define what we are supposed to do or what we require, and eventually the same is returned to us as output. It gives a step-by-step process to obtain the result of the query, and for that it uses the operators to perform those different set of queries. There are several variations for the way you can write these relational algebra commands, because there are certain symbols that are used for it. So that is not our concern. Our concern is to see how many types of relational operators we can use and what is the eventual outcome of the same. So as you can see, there are a total of 7 types of operations that we can perform. The select operation, project operation, union operation, set intersection and set difference, Cartesian product, and rename operation. So to begin with, we are going to start with the select operation. So what is a select operation? A select operation selects tuples that satisfy a given predicate and it is denoted by a sigma. तो इसका मीनिंग ये है कि हम लोग एक कंडीशन या एक प्रेडिकेट डिफाइन करेंगे कि दिस इज व्हाट वी आर लुकिंग फॉर एंड द सेलेक्ट ऑपरेशन विल रिटर्न all the records which satisfy the given criteria. For example, this is the notation for the same. The symbol sigma that tells you that we want to perform the select operation. R is the name of the relation. Name of the relation means the table from where we want to search the information, and P is your predicate. Predicate is the condition that we are going to give that should be satisfied, and the result will be returned accordingly. Okay, so when we're talking about the proposition logic formula, we can use the constructors like and or not with the relational operators like less than equal to, greater than equal to, not equal to. तो आप दो कंडीशंस भी लगा सकते हैं with the help of and or and also use not. These are the logical operators and these are the relational operators. तो हम proposition logic formula के साथ इनको भी यूज कर सकते हैं. Now let us start. Here is an example of a table loan. So what is the name of the relation? The name of the relation is loan. There are a total of 3 attributes in this one: branch name, loan number, and amount. Okay, now let's have a look at what is the condition given. Select from loan where branch name is equals to Perry-Ride. तो आप ध्यान से देखते हैं कि Perry-Ride जो ब्रांच नेम है इसके कॉरस्पॉन्डिंगली सिर्फ 2 ही रिकॉर्ड्स हैं. एज यू कैन सी इन द आउटपुट इट इज ओनली गिविंग Perry-Ride. ओके, तो क्या हम लोग इसके साथ डबल कंडीशन भी दे सकते हैं? अगर मैं यहां पर लिख देता एंड अमाउंट शुड बी greater than equal to 1500. So this is where I am specifying the second condition in the proposition logic, और उसके बीच में लॉजिक ऑपरेटर लगाया है and, which means both the conditions should be satisfied. Then the answer would have returned only and only the first row, because the second row would not have justified the condition. So this is an example of what I am saying, is that you can also give two conditions within a single you can say statement. Next is project operation. Now select operation is giving you a condition and restricting the amount of record that you want to select. Let us go back again. Let us suppose if I do not give any condition whatsoever, then what will happen? If I do not give any condition, it means we are obviously looking to select all the records. And with the help of the proposition logic, we are restricting the amount of record or amount of tuples that I want to select. Next is project. Project is the number of attributes that you want to select. If I go back to the previous example, even though only two records were selected because only these two records satisfied the proposition logic, but these two records were selected for all the three attributes. Now let us suppose I do not want to select all the three attributes, but I only want to know the amount, and I do not want the value for branch name and loan number. Then this can be achieved with the help of project operation. This operation shows the list of those attributes that we wish to appear in the result. So this time we are not talking about the tuples, but we are talking about the attributes. So the rest of the attributes which are not part of the project operation, they will be ignored or eliminated. The symbol, as you can see, is given. The notation is the project symbol followed by the list of attributes that you want to select, followed by the name. As you can see in here, you have customer relation in which you have three attributes: name, street, and city. If I say that I want to project from the customer relation and which attributes you want to project only the name and city, then the street will be eliminated and you will get the result only for the name and the city. I hope this thing is very clear to all. Now, can I join a project operation with the select operation? What is the meaning of that? The meaning of that is I don't want the information for the street. I only want the information for name and city. Okay. But what I want is that the information should be returned only for the city Brooklyn. Then it is possible. It is possible by having the select command inside the project command. तो जब हम लोग select करते हैं तो select के साथ project के साथ ही हम लोग एक select command दे सकते हैं. So select क्या करेगा? सबसे पहले restrict करेगा कि I am only looking for these two records, and then from within these two records the project will select the name and city. So that means it is possible to apply both the project and the select operations in a one go, with the select operation limiting the number of tuples and the project operation then limiting the number of attributes from within the selected tuples. एक बार simple language में भी आपको बता देता हूं कि let us suppose this is what you are having, and what I want is I want the name and city. I only want the information for name and city for those records where the city name is Brooklyn. Okay, तो उसके लिए मुझे select command लगानी पड़ेगी. Select command में मैं condition लगाऊंगा city is equal to Brooklyn, उससे क्या होगा that the other records जिनका city name Brooklyn नहीं है, they will be eliminated. And then on this select command, I will apply the project command, which will remove the street attribute. And what eventually I will get is the name and city attributes where the city is equals to Brooklyn. I hope this example is good enough for you to understand what is select operation, what is project operation, and how we can apply the select and project operation together. The next operation is union operation. The union operation can be applied between two relations. Suppose that you have two relations, one is R and one is S. The union operation contains all the tuples that are either in the relation R or S, or both in R and S. But what it will do is it will remove the duplicate tuples. तो आई रिपीट, यूनियन क्या करेगा, हमारे पास अगर दो रिलेशंस हैं या दो एट्रीब्यूट्स हैं या दो एट्रीब्यूट्स अलग अलग रिलेशंस में हैं, अगर मैं उनके बीच में यूनियन लगाता हूं बेस्ड अपॉन वन एट्रीब्यूट, तो वो उन सभी एट्रीब्यूट्स को सेलेक्ट करेगा जो या फर्स्ट रिलेशनशिप में है या जो सेकंड रिलेशनशिप में है, या दोनों में भी हो सकते हैं, लेकिन किसी भी रिकॉर्ड को या टपल को वो रिपीट नहीं करेगा. ओके, सो लेट्स सी एन एग्जांपल फॉर द सेम. उसके लिए इसको थोड़ा सा मैं स्मॉल कर देता हूं. हेयर इज अ रिलेशन नेम्ड डिपॉजिटर. यहां पर एक डिपॉजिटर रिलेशन है जिसमें दो एट्रीब्यूट्स हैं, एक है कस्टमर नेम और एक है अकाउंट नंबर. Okay, I hope it is clear. Customer name and account number. The second relation is the borrow relation. The borrow relation again has the customer name and loan number. So as you can see, there is a common attribute named customer name in both the depositor and borrower. So now I want to know the name of all the customers who are associated with my bank. I don't care whether they are the borrowers or whether they are the depositors, but I want the name of all the customers who are associated with my bank. So how I can achieve that? I can achieve that with the help of union. I can achieve it with the help of union. So as you can see on the left hand side, what I am doing is I am extracting the values for the customer name using the project operator from which relation? Borrow relation. The name is borrow relation, right? On the right hand side of the union operation, I am projecting or extracting the attribute values for the customer name डिपॉजिटर. यानी लेफ्ट प्रोजेक्शन कस्टमर नेम बोरो रिलेशन में से निकाल लेगा और राइट हैंड साइड पर प्रोजेक्ट ऑपरेशन कस्टमर नेम वैल्यूज निकाल लेगा डिपॉजिटर पर और उसके बीच में लग जाएगा यूनियन. And what eventually I will get is I will get the names of all the customers which are either in the borrow relation or in the depositor relation or in both. So these are the total number of customers who are associated with my bank. I hope the union point is very clear to you. It is quite simple. It is not that complicated that you might think. The next one is set intersection. Intersection basically means the tuples or the records between the two relations which are common. Okay, so that means we are only going to select the tuples which are common in both the relations. That means अगर वो दोनों में है then only select them, otherwise ignore everything. तो इंटरसेक्शन का सिंबल यहां पर बता दिया गया है। सिमिलरली हमारे पास दोनों रिलेशन है, डिपॉजिटर एंड बोरोवर। लेफ्ट हैंड साइड पे हम लोग प्रोजेक्ट कर रहे हैं कस्टमर नेम एट्रीब्यूट को बोरो रिलेशन में, और राइट साइड पे हम प्रोजेक्ट कर रहे हैं कस्टमर नेम रिलेशन एट्रीब्यूट को डिपॉजिटर में। लेकिन इस बार हम लोग यूनियन की जगह इंटरसेक्शन लगा रहे हैं। तो इंटरसेक्शन हमें यह बताती है कि स्मिथ एंड जॉन्स आर द टू कस्टमर्स of all the customers who are our borrower also and who are our depositors also. So this is the point of intersection, which tells us that these two customers actually exist in both the relations. So the next is the difference. Difference means the subtraction. That means if you have two relations, namely R and S, then it will return all the tuples or all the records in R which are not part of the S. ये हम इसका एक एग्जाम्पल क्या मान सकते हैं? अगर मेरे पास एक रिलेशन है डिपॉजिटर और दूसरा रिलेशन है बोरोवर, और मैं ये जानना चाहता हूं कि ऐसे कौन से कस्टमर हैं मेरे जो बोरोवर हैं लेकिन वो डिपॉजिटर नहीं है, मींस दे बोरो फ्रॉम अस बट दे डू नॉट डिपॉजिट विद अस। तो इस एग्जांपल को देखने के लिए हम नीचे चलते हैं। द symbol that is used for the set difference is shown below. Now here is an example of the same. We will get the name of all the customers who are our borrower using the left hand side projection statement, and we will get the customer name of all the depositors with our bank with the right hand projection statement. अब माइनस सिंबल क्या करेगा? हमें सिर्फ उन बोरोवर्स का नाम बताएगा who are not the depositors in our bank, and this is the list. That means Jackson, Hayes, Williams and Curry are the four customers who are the borrowers in our bank but do not deposit anything in our bank. So I hope this thing is very clear. The next operation that we have is a very popular operation, is called the Cartesian product. This means the total multiplication of the two relationships, and it will return you the maximum combination between the two relationships possible. The Cartesian product is used to combine each row in one relation with each row in the other relation. इसका मतलब क्या है? अगर आपके रिलेशन 1 के अंदर लेट अस सपोज 5 टपल्स या 5 रिकॉर्ड्स हैं, और आपके सेकंड रिलेशन में 10 एट्रीब्यूट्स या टपल हैं, तो द टोटल नंबर ऑफ tuples that I will have after the Cartesian product will be 5 into 10 is equals to 50, because every tuple in the first relation will be combined with every tuple in the second relation. So which is the symbol that we are using for the Cartesian product as highlighted here? This is the symbol that we are, cross symbol that we are going to use for representing the product. Now let us have a look at the example. The example says that in our relation 1 named employee, we have 3 records or tuples. In the relation 2 that we have department, there are a total of 3 records. So what will be the total number of records that we will have after the Cartesian product is equal to 9. So just you can see employee number 1, 2 and 3, department A, B and C. As we apply the product, you can see the employee ID 1 is first mixed with all the 3 departments. Yani first record is combined with all the 3 records of the second relation. then the second record of the first relation is joined with all the three records of the second relation, and eventually the last tuple of the first relation is joined with all the tuples of the last relation, and what I get is a total of 9 you can say tuples, and the total number of attributes will be equal to the sum of the total attributes in relation 1 and relation 2. तो relation 1 और relation 2 के अंदर जितने भी attributes हैं वो सारे के सारे यहाँ पर repeat होंगे. I hope it is clear to all. So let's move further. The next one is a very basic operation that does not require too much of you can say technical understanding. That is the rename operation. The rename operation is used to rename the output relation. It is denoted by the symbol that is given in here. We use the rename operator to rename the student relation to the student one relation. As you can see that this statement will rename the relation student to student one. Okay, when we are actually creating new relations, then obviously one is a temporary and one is a permanent relation. So sometimes we change the name of the relation so that it becomes easy for us to identify them. The next is eventually the most important topic that we are going to discuss today is called the join operations. And it is only because of the join operations that I have decided that we are going to do the relational algebra. Join operation से आपको idea लग गया होगा that the point of join is to apply the join relationship between the two relations. दो relations के attributes को या columns को जब हम लोग join करते हैं, that is called the join operation. And there are a number of different types of join operations that we can perform. So what is essentially a join operation? पहले मैं इसको एक maximize कर देता हूं so that it is easy for you to read. The join operation is essentially a Cartesian product followed by a selection criteria. Generally, ये माना जाता है कि join operation is a Cartesian product. That means every row of one is joined with every row of second, which is not true always. ये जनरल स्टेटमेंट है, मैं शायद इससे एग्री भी नहीं करता हूं, बट जनरली वी से दिस. एंड द सेकंड थिंग इज दैट वी ऑब्वियसली गिव अ क्राइटेरिया बेस्ड अपॉन व्हिच द सिलेक्शन इज टू बी डन. एंड द सिंबल यूज्ड फॉर द जॉइन ऑपरेशन एज यू कैन सी इज दिस यूनिट कोड. सो ये कोड हम लोग यूज करते हैं इन ऑर्डर टू डिफाइन द जॉइन ऑपरेशन. अब ये सिलेक्शन क्राइटेरिया हम लोग कैसे देते हैं? सिलेक्शन क्राइटेरिया कैन बी गिवन बाय द टाइप ऑफ जॉइन दैट वी वांट टू परफॉर्म. सो द टाइप ऑफ जॉइन दैट वन बाय वन वी आर गोइंग टू स्टडी आर वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. जब आप किसी कंपनी में ज्वाइन करेंगे तो दे डोंट गिव यू अ ट्रेनिंग ऑफ दीज थिंग्स. दे एक्सपेक्ट दैट whenever they are going to give you a problem in hand, you will be able to solve this. I know a certain you can say friends of mine who are working in the IT industry in data analytics, those who are daily dealing with the what kind of joins to apply. Okay, the choice of right kind of join is very important. So we have two types of joins. One are called the inner joins and the second one are called the outer joins. The inner joins are of three types. With these two joins are pretty much the same, theta join and equijoin. There is a difference with the natural join. And the outer join, we have the left outer join, right outer join, and full outer join. Okay, so let us start with the theta join. Theta join combines the tuples from different relations provided that they satisfy the theta condition. To join, the condition is denoted by the symbol theta. Let me just change the orientation. So theta join combines tuple from different relations provided that they satisfy the theta condition. The join condition is denoted by the theta symbol. Okay, so you know that this Unicode is used to represent the join. इसका मतलब क्या है कि हम लोग join लगाने वाले हैं, लेकिन आप कौन सा join लगाने वाले हैं? थीटा join लगाने वाले हैं। किस रिलेशनशिप के ऊपर लगाने वाले हैं? R1 and R2 के ऊपर. So R1 and R2 are basically two different relations, and A1 से लेके AN तक are the attributes of relation 1, whereas B1 to BN are the relations of attribute relation 2. These are the attributes of relation 2, such that the attributes don't have anything in common. दोनों relations के बीच में कोई भी common चीज नहीं है. तो there is an example right here that you can see. Here we have a student relation in which we have three attributes: SID, name of the student, and the standard of the student. Then we have the subjects in which we have the class names and the subjects. So please have a focus on this one. Please focus on this relationship. This relationship actually suggests that we are applying the join operation on two relations. One is called the student relation. The other one is called the subject relation. This symbol tells you that this is a join operation, and this condition tells you that we are either applying a theta or we are applying a equijoin. Okay, so जब हम इक्वल टू सिंबल यूज करते हैं, ये आपको अभी क्लियर हो जाएगा, जब हम लोग इक्वल टू सिंबल यूज करते हैं देन वी कॉल इट एज अ इक्विजॉइन, और अगर हम लोग इक्वल टू की बजाय लेस देन या ग्रेटर देन सिंबल यूज करते हैं देन वी कॉल इट एज अ थीटा जॉइन. बट हेयर वी आर यूजिंग एन इक्वल जॉइन, सो इट इज ओके, इट इज एन इक्विजॉइन. तो अब ये जो हमने जॉइन लगाना है स्टूडेंट और सब्जेक्ट के अंदर, ये हमने लगाया इक्विजॉइन पे. तो इक्विजॉइन क्या करेगा? इट विल फाइंड दैट द स्टूडेंट स्टैंडर्ड शुड बी इक्वल टू द स्टूडेंट क्लास, एंड देन इट विल इवेंचुअली अप्लाई द कार्टेशियन प्रोडक्ट ऑन द कंडीशन. तो कार्टेशियन प्रोडक्ट लगेगी, लेकिन सिर्फ और सिर्फ उनके ऊपर लगेगी जो इस कंडीशन को सेटिस्फाई करते हैं. तो यहाँ पर स्टूडेंट्स ही 10th एंड 11th के हैं, और यहाँ पर भी 10th एंड 11th के ही हैं. So obviously all the records will satisfy, and what we will eventually get is, what eventually we are going to get is all the records that you can see in here. जो records आपस में मैच कर गए हैं वो सारे के सारे records आप यहाँ से देख सकते हैं. 10th से जो 10th में मैच कर रहे हैं वो अलग से, और 11th से जो 11th को मैच कर रहे हैं वो अलग से. ठीक है, सो दिस इज कॉल्ड एन एग्जाम्पल ऑफ इक्वी जॉइन. ओके, इसी तरह से आप इक्वी जॉइन की जगह अगर यहां पर इक्वल टू की जगह ग्रेटर देन या लेस देन लगा देंगे देन दैट विल बी कंसीडर्ड एज अ थीटा जॉइन. व्हाट इज एन इक्वी जॉइन? ये भी प्लीज ध्यान देना है हमें यहां पर. व्हेन थीटा जॉइन यूजेस ओनली इक्वालिटी और द कंपैरिजन ऑपरेटर. जब आप थीटा जॉइन लगाते हैं लेकिन थीटा जॉइन के अंदर सिर्फ इक्वालिटी या कंपैरिजन ऑपरेटर लगाते हैं, जैसा हमने अभी पिछले एग्जांपल में देखा, देन इट इज कॉल्ड द इक्वी जॉइन. द अबव एग्जांपल जो इन्होंने दिया है दैट कॉरेस्पॉन्ड्स टू द इक्वी जॉइन. द लास्ट टॉपिक दैट वी आर गोइंग टू डू टुडे इज कॉल्ड द नेचुरल जॉइन. अ नेचुरल जॉइन मींस अ नेचुरल वन विदाउट एनी कंडीशंस. A natural join does not use any comparison operator. So that means अगर मैं कहूँ student और subject को आप join कर दीजिए without specifying any condition, then it is called the natural join between the two relations. So it will always concatenate the way a Cartesian product does. Now the actual Cartesian product will be done. So actual Cartesian product means all rows will be combined with all rows of the second relation. We can perform a natural join only if there is at least one common attribute that exists between the two relations. So this is the condition that you should always remember in case you want to implement the natural join. Natural join acts on those matching attributes where the values of attributes in both the relations are the same. So let us start with this one. We have three attributes in the relation one courses, that is called the CID, course and department. Which are the three departments? CS, ME and electrical. Computer science, mechanical and electrical. Next we have the departments, that is the CS, ME and electrical. So this is only going to join these two. दिस इज नॉट एन एक्चुअल कार्टेशियन प्रोडक्ट कि आप ये सोचो कि पूरा का पूरा कार्टेशियन प्रोडक्ट आ जाएगा. वो तो अगर आपको कार्टेशियन प्रोडक्ट चाहिए तो वो कार्टेशियन प्रोडक्ट से ही मिलेगा, लेकिन यहाँ पर कार्टेशियन प्रोडक्ट का मतलब ये है दैट CS विल बी जॉइंड विद CS, ME विद ME एंड EE विद EE. एंड इफ देयर आर मल्टीपल रिकॉर्ड्स देन द कार्टेशियन प्रोडक्ट विल बी डन बिटवीन दोस टू. नाउ लेट अस सी, हमने कोई कंडीशन नहीं लगाया है. ये तीन एट्रीब्यूट्स यहां पर हैं और ये दो एट्रीब्यूट्स यहां पर हैं. इसमें से डिपार्टमेंट एट्रीब्यूट इज कॉमन, so that means the resultant answer will consist of only four attributes: CID, course, department and HOD name. As you can see here, department, CID, course and HOD. मैचिंग हो गया है, बिल्कुल हो गया है. CS has been combined with Alex, ME has been combined with Maya and electrical has been combined with Mira, as you can see. So we will not discuss the further joins. I think it is enough for you to understand what we have done. The exercise for the same will be given to you that you will have to solve. And I request all of you to practice these things because you may be given questions in the exams to like solve or write the Cartesian product or the inner join or what type of join it is showing. So I request that every one of you should focus on these. So with this we come to the end of the lecture today.